Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at a professional profile. Think of it as, well, a detailed snapshot of the career of an IT manager and consultant. He's based in Jordan.
Okay.
Our goal is to sort of go beyond just the bullet points and really understand the depth, the breadth of their expertise and what kind of work they and their company actually do.
Right. This gives us a fantastic chance, I think, to see IT skills really in action, in a specific business and regional context, moving beyond general theories to, well, the real world.
Absolutely. And the first thing that kind of grabbed my attention is this individual, Yazan Zureikat. He's been running his own company, Yazan Zureikat, for Technical Business Est since way back in June 2002.
Wow, 2002, that's over 2 decades.
Exactly. Of independent operation in a field that, let's face it, changes constantly.
Yeah, that kind of longevity, especially in the IT sector, is really significant.
Yeah.
It suggests a strong ability to adapt, adapt to new technologies and consistently meet client needs over a really long haul. Starting and sustaining a tech business for that length of time, well, it isn't easy.
Okay, let's really dig into this entrepreneurial side then. Yazan Zureikat for Technical Business Est focuses on IT management, consultation, and maintenance. Sounds pretty standard, maybe.
Well, it sounds like a solid foundation.
Right, but when you look at the specifics of their service areas, you see a very comprehensive offering.
Yeah, what's compelling here, I think, is just how all-encompassing their services seem to be. They aren't just focusing on one little piece of the IT puzzle. They seem to cover, like, the entire life cycle for a business.
Right. They list IT infrastructure planning. Okay, so that includes designing everything from the physical networks, both LAN and wireless, WAN, all the way to the servers, individual PCs, the backup systems critical for data power backup with UPSs, operating systems, even the necessary software.
That's considering all the foundational elements, really. It indicates an ability to basically architect an IT setup right from scratch, making sure all the pieces work together and, crucially, are tailored to what the client actually needs for their operations now and, future growth.
And then they move into IT systems deployment, so they don't just plan it.
They build it.
Yeah, they handle the implementation, putting all those bits and pieces into place. Like you said, the difference between having the blueprint and actually building the house.
And the fact that they handle both planning and deployment, that likely gives the client a really seamless experience. Consistent oversight, start to finish.
Good point.
Plus, it also means they really understand the practical challenges. Putting a plan into action isn't always straightforward.
True. Okay, so following that initial setup, they offer IT systems and users management. This is things like configuring systems, setting up security protocols for users, managing email accounts.
The ongoing stuff.
Right. It's not just getting things running. It's about the day-to-day health and, importantly, the security of the whole IT environment.
Yeah, and this is absolutely crucial for any organization's daily functioning. Effective user management means the right people have the right access, right?
Right.
And robust security policies are just essential for protecting sensitive data today.
Definitely. Then we have IT systems maintenance and repairing. This covers everything from the network hardware to servers, individual computers, both hardware and software issues. They specifically mention troubleshooting and repairs, which highlights, I guess, their ability to both proactively keep things running smoothly and reactively fix problems when they pop up.
And the distinction between maintenance and repair is actually key. Regular maintenance, that can prevent a lot of common IT headaches.
Sure.
But the ability to quickly diagnose and fix issues when things do go wrong minimizes disruption.
Yeah.
Vital for business continuity.
Something that really stood out to me, though, was the specific mention of PC motherboard troubleshooting and repairing. That feels like a very specialized, deep technical skill.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah. Motherboard repair is not your standard IT support task. Yeah. Not at all. It requires detailed knowledge of electronics, specialized equipment. It suggests a really strong foundational grasp of computer hardware.
Right.
That kind of niche expertise can be incredibly valuable.
Okay, now let's look at who's actually using this expertise. The client portfolio for Yazan Zureikat for Technical Business Est, it's quite diverse.
Yeah, and a varied client base often signals that their skills are broadly applicable. They can adapt their approach to different industries, different company sizes, different structures.
We see most of all for engineering and environmental consulting mentioned. What's striking here is the scale. They've got servers, Microsoft 365, and over 100 PCs. And get this, spread across offices and construction sites.
Wow. Okay.
That shows they can handle IT for a fairly large, complex organization, potentially with tricky remote locations too, like those construction sites.
Definitely. Managing IT across varied locations, especially places like construction sites, brings unique challenges. Environmental factors, connectivity issues.
For sure.
And their experience with Microsoft 365 also suggests they're comfortable managing cloud solutions for larger teams. That's pretty standard now, but managing it well at scale is key.
Then there's Naj Al-Taj Group, also servers and Microsoft 365, but a much smaller setup, just 15 PCs.
Right, so it shows they cater to smaller businesses too, not just the big players.
Exactly. It highlights their flexibility in scaling services. Not every company needs massive infrastructure, right?
And being able to effectively support smaller companies is just as important. They have different needs, different budgets.
We also have Sahari Group, Al-Faiha for laboratories and scientific supplies. Again, servers, Microsoft 365, but around 25 PCs. Gives us insight into another specific sector they serve.
Yeah, working with labs. That often involves specialized software, maybe specific hardware requirements for scientific applications. So it suggests they understand and support those unique IT needs too.
And Alufin for medicine and commercial agencies, their regional office in Amman. This one's particularly interesting because they support over 25 PCs, not just in Jordan, but also in Iraq.
Ah, okay. That clearly demonstrates regional support capabilities.
Yeah.
The ability to provide IT support across borders, especially in that region, points to experience with remote management tools, understanding the logistics, the technical bits of working across different countries.
And beyond these specific examples, the profile mentions other companies, engineering, commerce across Jordan, Iraq, the UAE, other countries, offering both on-site and remote support.
That really underscores the breadth of their service area and their adaptable approach. Offering both on-site and remote is essential today, isn't it?
Totally.
It lets them reach more clients efficiently, regardless of location, and gives flexibility in how they tackle different IT issues.
Okay, let's maybe step back in time a bit. Look at the early career. Before launching his own company, Yazan worked at Maher Computer and Electronics. That was from April 96 to March 2002. He had a managerial role there.
Right, so that prior experience, especially in a managerial role, likely gave him invaluable insights, into the operations, the management of an IT business, probably set a strong foundation for his own venture later on.
Seems likely. His responsibilities there were pretty broad, too. Installing, maintaining computer software, hardware, networks. It clearly aligns with the services his own company offers now.
Yeah, it confirms a long-standing, hands-on involvement in those core IT areas. Infrastructure, support.
The profile specifically mentions PC maintenance against software, hardware troubleshooting, and again, that skill with motherboard repairing and BIOS flashing.
It seems to be a consistent theme, doesn't it?
It does, a real area of deep technical expertise.
The repeated mention highlights its importance, maybe a key differentiator for him. BIOS flashing, for instance, that's a very technical process. Requires precise understanding of hardware at a low level.
What really caught my eye in this section, though, was the mention of EEPROM and microcontroller programming. Using universal programmers, that sounds, well, pretty specialized, maybe less common now, suggests a fundamental electronics understanding.
Oh, absolutely. That level of programming expertise indicates a deep grasp of how hardware and software interact at a very basic level. That can be incredibly useful for tackling complex or, unusual tech challenges.
His networking responsibilities back then at Mara Computer included planning layouts, handling the physical cabling, configuring devices.
The groundwork.
Exactly. And installing and troubleshooting servers, specifically mentioning Microsoft NT servers.
Yeah.
Which takes us back a bit.
Yeah, NT servers. Experience with older systems like that actually provides valuable historical perspective on IT infrastructure. Understanding legacy systems can be really useful when working with established businesses that might still have some older tech kicking around.
Good point. He was also involved in installing and servicing essential server applications, proxy server, mail exchange, web server, internet information server.
Core components.
Right, things that underpin many business IT operations, even if the specific software names have changed.
Absolutely. Those are fundamental server roles that are still critical today. Shows a solid grasp of essential network services even back then.
Interestingly, his role also stretched into sales, dealing with electronic spare parts, PCs, tools, cables, even involvement in governmental tenders.
So a commercial aspect too.
Yeah, it adds another dimension to his skill set.
Suggests an understanding of the business side of IT. Procurement, vendors bidding for contracts.
Yeah.
That's valuable for an independent consultant.
And maybe surprisingly, he also had financial responsibilities, checking financial operations using a self-made Microsoft Excel system with charts and budgets.
Okay, that goes beyond the typical IT skill set, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so.
It highlights organizational skills, analytical abilities. Not strictly technical, but being able to manage finances, use data for decisions that's crucial for running any successful business, especially your own. Going even further back, there's a brief stint at Orient Technical Services, early 1996, just a few months.
Yeah.
He focused on computer maintenance for the UNESCO Buildings project and the scale over 300 PCs and printers.
Wow. 300 plus machines. That's a large-scale project for an early career role.
Right.
Early exposure to such a large IT deployment probably provided valuable experience in managing, maintaining a high volume of devices, understanding the logistics of a big infrastructure.
Okay, let's try and summarize his key skills and expertise as listed. First off, languages, fluent in both Arabic and English.
Yeah, which is clearly a major advantage, especially for international business, like supporting clients in Iraq and the UAE.
Definitely. In today's global economy, being multilingual is a huge asset. Enables effective communication, collaboration, broader range of clients, partners. His network specialties listed cover a really wide spectrum. You've got network management, administration, IT consultations, overall IT management and planning, expertise with Microsoft Windows Server, Exchange servers, knowledge of network infrastructure like fiber lines, optimizing Wi-Fi coverage. It's very comprehensive.
Yeah, that breadth lets him offer complete solutions,
Yeah.
from high-level IT strategy down to the practical, hands-on stuff like managing network systems day-to-day.
He also lists experience with cloud server management, including current platforms like Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace.
Good, keeping current.
Yeah, and also Linux-based systems like cPanel and Plesk shows he's staying up to date with modern cloud tech.
Absolutely. Including cloud platform management alongside traditional server skills shows that important adaptability. The IT landscape is always shifting, right?
Right.
And it means he can support clients with diverse needs, fully on-prem, fully cloud, or more likely some kind of hybrid setup.
His software specialties include proficiency in a range of widely used business and technical software, Microsoft Office Suite, obviously, but also professional design and engineering tools like Autodesk, AutoCAD, Revit, 3D Max, Adobe Creative Suite too.
Okay, so he can support a variety of professional workflows.
Seems so.
It suggests he understands the software tools many businesses rely on daily. He can provide effective support across different departments, different functions within a company.
And specifically, he notes, excellent expertise in Microsoft Outlook profiles, accounts, and data files management and troubleshooting. Might seem like a small detail.
But it's not, really.
Yeah.
Think about it. Email issues can be a major source of disruption for businesses. Email is so central to how we work now.
True.
So having deep expertise in troubleshooting Outlook, managing profiles, PST files, all that stuff,
Yeah.
it can save companies significant downtime and frustration. It's a common pain point.
Good perspective. Okay, looking briefly at his education. He holds a BSc, Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Electronic and Electric Engineering, Computer Engineering, from Leopard University back in 1995.
Right, so that provides the strong theoretical foundation for all this practical experience we've been discussing. A formal engineering education gives that robust understanding of the fundamental principles, both hardware and software systems, invaluable for effective problem solving in IT.
The personal details just provide context: date of birth 72, Jordanian nationality, standard stuff.
Helps create the complete picture.
Yeah. And finally, the profile mentions references are available upon request.
Standard practice and a good sign. Indicates confidence in his work, client satisfaction.
There's also a mention of a YouTube link, Google AI Notebook LM Deep Dive Resume Reading.
Interesting.
So he's even exploring using AI to present his profile.
Seems like it.
That shows a forward-thinking approach, doesn't it? Willingness to leverage new tech to showcase his qualifications. Quite smart.
So to kind of bring it all together, this deep dive into Yazan Zureikat's professional profile, it really paints a picture of a highly experienced IT manager and consultant, successfully running his own business since 2002.
Yeah, serving a wide array of clients, different industries, different locations. And his expertise truly seems to cover the full spectrum of IT. From that initial planning, implementation of infrastructure.
Right through to the ongoing management, maintenance, and even those very specialized technical skills, like the motherboard repair we talked about.
And that combination, the long-term independent practice, coupled with his earlier experience in established IT roles, it gives him a really comprehensive understanding of the IT landscape, the challenges, the solutions.
Absolutely. The breadth and depth of experience spanning over 2 decades, entrepreneurial roles, employee roles, it provides a rich, valuable foundation of knowledge.
Okay, here's a final thought for you, for everyone listening. Considering the incredible evolution of IT since, well, the mid-90s when his career started, what are the most critical adaptations someone like Yazan would have had to make to stay relevant, stay successful for so long?
That's a great question.
And how does his diverse skill set, as we've seen it laid out, actually reflect that continuous learning and adaptation? And maybe one more thing. What unique perspectives could someone with this level of experience offer, say, to a brand new business just starting out with IT needs versus maybe an established company grappling with older legacy systems?
Lots to chew on there. The difference in advising a startup versus an established player with legacy tech, that's huge.
It is. Something to consider until our next deep dive.